Covering news where you live. 5 News starts with breaking news.
Hunter Chenoweth, the man accused in a triple murder, is pleading guilty a week into his trial. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is in the newsroom right now. And Jacob, what are you learning from the Madison County Prosecutor's Office?
Yeah, Alexandra, just moments after 5 this evening, we learned that Hunter Chenoweth changed his not guilty plea and now will spend 3 consecutive life sentences in prison for the deaths of his family members. Now, in February of 2021, Chenoweth shot his 51-year-old mother, Tammy Lynn Chenoweth, and 59-year-old stepfather, James Stanley McGehee, multiple times and shot and stabbed his sister, 26-year-old Cheyenne Chenoweth. Jury selection in his trial began on Monday, and lawyers expected this case to last about 2 weeks. Before Chenoweth changed his plea, jurors had heard testimony from more than a dozen witnesses, including Chenoweth's brother and sisters. Video was also presented showing Chenoweth admitting to the killings. Now, I was in the courtroom during some of the testimony, including Thursday, when a mistrial was called for by the defense. That motion was shot down, and now tonight, again, Chenoweth has pleaded guilty to those murders. Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
A big development there. Thank you, Jacob. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert in the Weather Center. Scott, lots of changes on the way over the next couple days as we head into the weekend. You've been tracking a lot.
There's going to be a lot of weather over the next several days. Let's get straight to it out there. We saw some scattered showers earlier today. Most of that activity has fizzled out as it pushed off towards the east. However, as you plan your evening, do know this. There could be some areas of fog once more developed this evening, as well as some areas of patchy drizzle, a lot like the last couple of days. Temperature-wise, here's where we're at, mid to upper 40s, even some low 50s in the River Valley and the Ouachitas. These numbers are not going to cool down overnight tonight. In fact, as a warm front lifts through the area tonight into the overnight hours, temperatures are actually going to be warming up. The warmest part of tomorrow, interestingly enough, is likely going to be in the morning hours. Then that big strong cold front arrives shortly after the noon hour, give or take, with temperatures rapidly dropping behind it. So not necessarily the warmest of Saturdays overall, but there will be a couple of hours out there tomorrow morning where it is going to be somewhat mild. Temperatures drop, but that front could bring a couple of spotty showers to the area as well. We'll track those. We'll track the big cold front that sets the stage for not one, but get this, there's 2 potential rounds of winter weather next week, both of which could bring impacts. We're talking sleet, freezing rain, potentially some snow as well. The very latest forecast, timing, and more coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Scott. New at 6, we're learning a man serving a life sentence for the murder of a Fayetteville doctor has died in prison. Marcus Joyner pleaded guilty to stabbing his wife to death at their Fayetteville home almost 2 years ago. So far, it's not clear how he died. ASP is launching an investigation. Joyner was arrested after police found Dr. Amy Phelps dead outside of their home. According to the Fayetteville police, Phelps was on the phone. She called 911 saying her husband was intoxicated and aggressive as he killed her. Friends describe Phelps as a genuine, kind, and true friend to anyone, as well as a caring doctor. Fayetteville police made an arrest involving a gun at Fayetteville High School today. Officers say it started as a fight between 2 students. We're told one student struck the other with a gun before fleeing the campus. Police found the student off campus, took them into custody, and confiscated the weapon. The school says they take these types of incidents seriously and they'll follow safety and discipline procedures to address that student involved. We've also got new information about a child hit by a vehicle in Fort Smith. This happened earlier this afternoon on a crosswalk at 24th Street and Tulsa Street. Police say that child, who is younger than 10, will be okay. They're also telling us tonight the driver involved stayed on scene and cooperated with police, but they say a citation could be issued. Well, as the saying goes, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and Arkansas lawmakers seem to agree. A new bill passed in the state Senate Thursday could make sure every student starts their day with a full plate for free. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis is breaking down exactly how lawmakers expect to pay for this widely supported program. Hey, Kayla.
Hey, Alexandra. Lawmakers are banking on the medical marijuana tax to pay for those school breakfasts. According to Scott Harden with the Department of Finance and Administration, or DFA, Arkansans generated more than $30 million in the medical marijuana tax in 2024 alone. And over the last 5 years, that number was over $150 million. The new law would take medical marijuana tax money that's been certified by the DFA and place it into a new food insecurity fund. Right now at Silent Springs Public Schools, almost 3,000 students have negative lunch balances, and in January they provided 14,000 free meals and 3,500 reduced price meals. Director of Child Nutrition Elizabeth Cheremy says this legislation would especially benefit families who tried to apply for the free or reduced meal program but didn't qualify. This new law also ensures students are fed year-round. The Food Insecurity Fund will also help bankroll the summer EBT program.
The summer EBT program gives parents extra money for the summertime in addition to the meals we provide during the summer for breakfast and lunch through our summer feeding program. So it does impact them because they get those extra funds to help pay for those dinner meals that we don't supply.
That summer EBT program provides $120 to parents of children who receive free and reduced meals during the school year. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, more than 370,000 Arkansas children benefit from this program last summer. Kayla Davis, 5 News.
Thanks, Kayla. Well, the Arkansas Department of Health says emergency room visits for the flu are rising right now. Listen to this, more than 8,300 cases have been reported since September, while other illnesses like RSV and COVID are circulating at this time of year. They say that the flu is the biggest concern because of how many cases, hospitalizations, and deaths it's linked to. Well, it's a night of magic. We are getting ready for a big party in Fort Smith right now. The West Ark Church of Christ holding its yearly Night to Shine. Darren and Tiffany are on the red carpet in Fort Smith waiting for the kings and queens to start arriving. You can hear the energy is at an all-time high out there right now.
Yeah, it's because the king and queens have started to arrive now. In the 5 o'clock, we were inside the West Ark Church of Christ, but we moved out to the red carpet, and you can see behind us there is a lot of people who are out here are welcoming more than 320 kings and queens. It is a huge night tonight.
Yeah, so the first limo actually just pulled up before we went live. People are cheering. It's a little cold out here, but that's not stopping anyone. Everyone is so excited to be here. Over 800 volunteers helping put on this amazing event tonight. We've got dancing, karaoke, dinner, and then they get to get their hair and makeup done. They get to put the crowns on. They get their shoes shined. I mean, there's something for everyone to do here.
It really is a big night. It's put on by the Tim Tebow Foundation. This is the 9th year for the one here in Fort Smith at West Ark Church of Christ. Coming up at 6:30 on 5 Plus, we will be showing you more of what's going on at the red carpet. Right over here beside us is the dance hall.
We're getting them in there.
We may have to try to go in there.
We're getting them in there for sure.
But it is a really big night out here tonight. And then with the 800 volunteers, I think they get more out of this than maybe the kings and queens do.
Oh, for sure. It's so rewarding just to be here and to see the impact that people are making. The kings and queens are making an impact on every single person here.
Oh, yeah.
And it just really is special to see everyone so dressed up, and they look forward to this all night long. We've asked a few people, what's your favorite part of the night? And they say everything.
Everything.
Because they've really put a lot of thought into every single event here, making those kings and queens feel so special.
All right, we will see you at 6:30 on 5 Plus when more of the kings and queens show up. Alexander, we will send it back into you.
And to see him dancing.
Yes, yeah, good video of Darren dancing. I want to see that. That sounds like an amazing night out there. Love that energy. Thank you, guys. Well, check this out. A different kind of polar plunge at Prairie Grove High School today. Look at this. Instead of running to a lake or a pool, Principal Luke Humphreys and Assistant Principal Mitch Cameron got soaked by a fire hose. It's all to support and to raise money for the Arkansas Special Olympics. Well, in total, the school raised more than $1,100 today. Wow, and they really got rained on by that fire hose. Hopefully they were able to dry off after and get warm.